Hello, good morning. It's Sherry, and welcome to my channel. If you're new to my YouTube channel, welcome. This is my grief journey, and I have many videos regarding my grief journey, so I would definitely invite you to go back and look at some of the earlier ones. It's my grief journey number one, the start of it, but basically my husband has passed, he passed away in 2024. So this has just been my journey, um, telling about, I'm sorry. This is, ow, this is my cat, Snowball. She generally comes and visits me in all my videos I make. So I know everybody knows my cat. Um, but anyway, this is just my grief journey. I tell things that worked for me, things that have not, and I just continue to just tell everybody how I'm doing, how I'm feeling, and things like that. So, um, if you're a regular follower, welcome. I'm glad you're here. And so I'll just start on my video for today. It is about 5 o'clock in the morning, and I just got off work. I generally make these when I get off work, generally, unless I'm off that day. So, the things I want to talk about today. Oh, she's making her presence known. Um, well, the thing I wanted to talk about is sleep. Okay. um, I want to know, um, how do I say this? If anybody who has lost someone has had trouble sleeping after. And, it's been now 16 months since my husband passed. I wasn't having trouble sleeping. I was sleeping okay. From the very beginning, from day one, I started sleeping on his side of the bed. I can't really tell you why I did that. I'm thinking at the beginning it started because I could smell him. I could smell his scent there. And that's why I wanted to lay on that side. And, now, I've never stopped laying on that side. I sleep on his side. It, she's funny. I think it just makes me feel closer to him. But my question regarding sleep is, like I said, there for a while, I wasn't having trouble sleeping. Over the last month and a half, I've been having trouble sleeping. I will get to sleep pretty easy. I lay down, go to sleep, and I'm okay. But I wake up. I wake up during the night, one or two times during the night. Once I wake up, then I have trouble going back to sleep. Then my mind is racing. Then I'm thinking about all kinds of things, and I have trouble. So I don't know if anybody else has been, has trouble as far as waking up several times during the night and having weird dreams. I've done that too. Um, but she's wanting me to pet her. Um, but she's being a ham. But anyway, what I did though, and I'm not advocating any, I've told you things I've done and stuff, and I've always say it's what works for me. It may not work for you. Anyway, last night I took me some melatonin, and melatonin you can get in You can get it in pills or you can get gummies. And um, my husband used to actually take a pill to help him sleep. Um, but I no longer had that. So anyway, when I bought me some, I just bought the gummies just, I don't know, so I'd feel like I'm getting something that tastes good. But anyway, I took one last night and it actually said on the bottle for an adult 2 gummies at night. I just took one because, I, I didn't want it to make me so sleepy that I didn't wake up for work. But anyway, it did okay, and I'm only gonna take one. I'm gonna fixing to getting ready to go to bed, and I'm gonna take one. Now on my off days, I'm gonna try the 2 and see. But anyway, anybody who's had any experience with one, well, both, anybody who's had trouble sleeping after they've lost someone, let me know. Let me know what you did. What did you do to help with that situation? Anybody who's had any experience with melatonin, let me know. I mean, I've, like I said at the beginning, I was not having a problem. I was, and something else that's been happening. I don't know what this is about. I don't know what it's about, but I've been getting more fearful from I wasn't, obviously I live alone, but I've never been afraid. I've never ever for the I wasn't afraid at all to be alone. And over the last, I would say, a month, I've been getting afraid. I've been getting afraid of being alone. I've been getting afraid of, when I come in from work and I walk into the house, I've been being afraid. And I even am afraid when I go to bed and, afraid of what am I going to dream. And, I don't know where the fear's coming from, but here lately I've been very fearful of things. And all I can do about it, all I've been doing about praying about it, that's about all I know to do. Because I don't know where it's coming from. I don't know where I'm sure it has something to do with my grief. Grief is very strange. Grief not only comes in waves at us, but it changes. It changes things. It just changes. Things can change. And and I always say that. I always say grief is a journey that never ends, but it does change. And that's why, you know, sometimes something will hit you that you haven't had that before, and then all of a sudden. And so, now that being said, I want to tell you what is coming up my way, which I'm not real pleased with. But if you don't know, I'm in Texas, and we have some really cold weather coming this weekend. It's going to start Friday. We're going to start having some sleet Friday. It's supposed to rain. It's supposed to rain all day Friday, and sometime in the afternoon it's going to change over to sleet. Basically, whenever the temperatures drop below 32, it's going to change depending on what channel you watch. Some say it's going to be afternoon. Some say it's going to be evening. But regardless, we are going to have some sleet, and the temperatures are going to, drop below freezing all, Friday night. So Saturday morning, there's going to be ice on the roads. Now, Saturday, it gets even worse. Saturday, the temperatures aren't supposed to get really, I think, over like 23, 24. And into the evening hours, it's supposed to drop into the teens. And Saturday, we're supposed to get snow. Now, Sunday, this is a 3-day event. And Sunday, it is supposed to not get over, I think, like 23, something like that. But Sunday night, we're getting into the single digits. It's supposed to be like 9 degrees Sunday night. So everything that has come Friday, Saturday, and even Sunday, we're expecting some snow as well Sunday. So everything that has happened is not going to melt, because we're not going to get over freezing until, I think, Monday afternoon. It's supposed to finally get over freezing, but I mean barely. I mean, it's supposed to get like 34. But so anyway, so this weekend, it's going to be hell for me, okay? I mean, it's going to be bad. It's going to be cold. And I'm off on Saturday, Sunday, Monday of every week. And this week, I took off Friday. I took a vacation day because that's when it all starts. And I live a good 45 minutes away from work. And I'm not about to work all night long Friday and get off Saturday morning and there be ice all over the roads and me drive home. Ain't happening. So anyway, that's what my weekend's going to be. My weekend's going to be cold. I'm just going to stay home. I'm going to be at home. My only fear, I do have a fear. I've got a lot of fears. I just said I'm fearful. But I do have this fear. Anybody, let me just say this. Anybody from Texas that's been here a while, anybody that was in Texas in 2021 remembers this very well. In Texas, we had some really bad weather and really cold weather. And it was actually not just one part of Texas. It was the whole state of Texas was below freezing. And we had ice all over. But the main thing was our power grid failed. So our power grid failed, so we had everybody throughout Texas had no power. And actually people died. There were people that froze to death in their own homes in 2021. Absolutely. I remember that. And we went 5 days with no electricity. And it was horrible. It was horrible, horrible, horrible. And in fact, I can still remember being in bed with 3 layers of clothing on and a coat on and a hat on and like 3 or 4 blankets on the bed. But I remember rolling over and looking at my phone to see, it was in the morning, to see what the temperature was. And it was -2. And my first thought was, I'm in Texas. Why is it so freaking cold? That happened in 2021. Like I said, anybody that lived through it remembers it. We haven't forgot it. But anybody that's lived through it, whenever we're going to have all this ice and snow and everything, we get really scared. And it is my fear, because my fear is, oh no, what if we lose electricity again? And whether it be our electric grid go out or whether we just lose it because ice on the power lines or whatever. It scares me for one reason. I live in the country, and Oh, you scratched yourself. You got a spot on you where you scratched yourself. Sorry. um, oh, sorry about that. She had knocked the phone. She had knocked the camera over. Anyway, what I was saying is I live out in the country. So if my electricity goes off, you know how when it's cold, they say keep your water dripping in all your faucets. That's because running water doesn't freeze. But so anyway, what I was saying, I live in the country. So if we lose, I have a well. So if the electricity goes off, I have no water because my wells run by electricity. So if I have no water, I can't drip water in my faucets. That being said, they will freeze because any water that happens to be, there's gonna be some in there. And here's my other cat. She doesn't come up here very often. Oh, this one got mad. This one got jealous. But anyway, sorry. Anyway, my point being, if the electricity goes off at all this weekend, I could end up with busted pipes. So I know the solution to the problem, but it ain't going to happen by this weekend. The solution is to have a backup generator for the well. Oh my goodness, you just are just being a ham. And I'm probably going to get one, but I just got to really check into it and see how much it costs and everything. But anyway, so that's my weekend. That's how I'm going to be. I'm going to be cold. Hopefully I won't be cold. Hopefully the electricity won't go off and I'll just be snug as a bug in a rug. That's what I'm hoping for. Of course my grandbabies are excited as all get out. It's going to snow. That's all, You know how you remember when you're kids and all you think about snow. I got to move her because y'all can't. You ain't just being a little. She just wanting to just get some lovins. Yeah, she's a sweetheart. She is a sweetie. She wants lovins all the time. But anyway, I did want to say one other thing regarding grief. She's gonna get mad at me because I'm gonna move her. Okay. The last couple days, I'm gonna move her. She keeps putting her face right in the camera. Okay. I'm of course. Good Lord, get down. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. But I'm making these videos on YouTube, and I've started doing them back in December, I think. And yesterday, I am on Facebook. I just have my normal personal Facebook, right? Well, yesterday, Facebook has all kinds of groups, that you can join different groups, Well, I did join one. It's the widow chat group, and I joined that. And I was in shock because I just basically as soon as I joined it, I made a short little. It wasn't even a video. It was just I posted a picture of me and I said some stuff about me. And that day, I was getting so many comments, I could not keep up. I got over 650 comments that day. And it was like, whoa, I can't do this. But, my only reason that I even brought it up The only reason I even brought that up is whether you're a widow, whether you're, you've lost, no matter who you've lost in your life. I brought that up because if you're somebody like me who is a widow, who's lonely, whether you're a widow or not, if you're just lonely, or you just want to talk to somebody that's going through something similar to you, there's so many groups, there's so many Facebook groups that you can, that you can join and chat with other people going through something very similar. Because there's so many different ones. There's so many. There is widows. There's widows, widowers. There's so many different ones for grief. There's a lot, and it's helpful to talk to somebody that's going through something that is so similar to what you're going through. Because unless you've lost somebody, people just really don't understand what you're going through. But I just noticed the timer on here getting long again. All my videos tend to get long, and I'm sorry for that. So, that being said, I got to say my 3 things. You know what they are. The first one, it's okay to not be okay. If you're having a bad day, if you're not sleeping good, like I said that I wasn't, if you're crying a little bit, whatever the case may be, it's okay to not be okay. And the other thing I already mentioned, grief is a journey that never ends. It changes, but it never ends. And I've experienced some of the change in my life recently. And also, love never dies. The love is still there with your loved one that passed. The love is still there. It has not died. The love is still there. And the other things that I like to say, try to think of something positive today that you have done or you're going to be doing today. Try to think of at least one positive. And that will kind of help you a little bit. The other thing, count your blessings. Always count your blessings, because it's easy to think about what we've lost, but when you count your blessings, then you realize that you are blessed. I'm blessed with my little kitty who constantly in my way. But I mean, the blessings, count your blessings no matter how big or how small. I do count my blessings that this weekend, when it's going to be bad here, that I'm going to be off. And I don't have to worry about trying to get out and drive in this. So that's one blessing that I can definitely add to my blessings for the day. Anyway, this video's getting long, and I'm going to go to bed because I just got home from work, and I'm going to take a melatonin and I'm going to go to bed, and hopefully I will sleep good. So with that being said, everybody have a very, very blessed day, and I will talk to you in a few days.